to the old and reacting to the latest. Every single genre that's Birdman's taste. Everybody's welcome here in Birdman's place. Yeah.
What's shaking, bacon? Birdman here. Welcome to my place. As always, thank you for stopping on in. Ladies and gentlemen, you have tuned in to yet another reaction/review video. And we're going to dig right in. But first things first, I'm going to need you to do something for me. Follow me on twitch.com/birdmansplace for all of my live streams. They're the lifeblood of this channel. They're a marathon and we have a blast. Secondly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need you to go ahead and relax. Take your shoes off. Kick your feet up and enjoy, because we going to have some fun today. Now today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty excited because I'm going to do something a little different, a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit out of my normal realm. I am doing something I used to do called a double shot, but it's something unique, I think. And I say that because I don't even know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not sure what this is going to be. This was requested, and the first video says Prague, the song that changed Israeli music. And the second one, I think, is the actual song itself. So I think the first video might be about the song, and then the second one might be the actual song. I could be wrong. I don't know. But at this point, there's really only one thing left to do. Let's get it.
In Tel Aviv, in Masaryk Square. I've come here to make a video about a song called Prague. It's a song that changed Israeli music, and I really love it and the story behind it. Because I'm a tour guide, I had to find a great location to talk about a song, and Masaryk Square fits the bill perfectly. Anyone from the Czech Republic watching this will already be able to guess why I came to this specific square. But let's start with Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is not Jerusalem. In fact, it is quite the opposite. Jerusalem is the city of God, of the temples of King David and Jesus. You can't talk about regular people there. In Tel Aviv, you can. And if you think I'm exaggerating to make a point, you're wrong. Here, in the middle of Masaryk Square, we have a statue of a very well-known Tel Avivian figure, the duck. And here it says, always optimistic.
Love the duck.
In 2008, the mayor made this duck an honorary citizen of Tel Aviv. This gives him, this duck, free parking in all of the city parking lot. And no, this is not a joke. Welcome to Tel Aviv. So,
how does he park?
In Tel Aviv, we can talk about regular people. You know, people who are not necessarily mentioned in the Bible. The first name that comes to mind here in Tel Aviv is Israel's greatest singer, Arik Einstein. Arik Einstein was born and raised in Tel Aviv, and he lived his whole life here and died here too. As you can guess, Arik Einstein sang the song Prague. The song was played for the first time at the Israeli Song Festival contest of 1969. But before I talk about the song, there are a few things to unpack. Israel in the 1960s was very different to the Israel of today. Israel was a socialist patriotic country. The ruling political party from 1948 and throughout the 1960s was the Labour Party. There was one company that produced milk, 2 radio stations, and 1969 was the first time that the song contest aired on TV, even though not a lot of people had a TV back then. To understand the mindset of Israel in the 60s, I want to tell you a story that is 85% true. In 1964, an Israeli producer wanted to get the Beatles to perform in Israel. The thing is that back then, Israelis were not allowed to hold US dollars. In 1977, Yitzhak Rabin, who was the prime minister, had to resign because his wife had an account with US dollars. Anyway, if you wanted to use US dollars, you had to ask a special committee for permission. So the producer went to that commission, but his request was denied because they said that the Beatles would have a negative influence on the youth. I said it is only 85% true because there was probably another reason, a battle of egos with another different producer. But the official reason for rejecting the Beatles was their negative influence on the youth. In any case, 1969 was 2 years after 1967, the year everything changed, the year of the Six-Day War. I will not talk about the impact of the war, but it is important to our story. After the war, there were lots of songs about how great we are and lots of patriotic songs. Arik Einstein, who was already a huge mainstream star, said to himself, okay, enough's enough. Let's stop patting ourselves on the back and let's see.
I haven't been talking a whole lot on this because I'm a big history guy, so I love paying attention to what's going on. And I'm very intrigued by this. This is something that, you know, obviously it's in this guy is a good storyteller. He's got me dug in. I'm still digging the duck back here. I'm wondering where he parks. And I'm loving the story. I'm wanting to see where it goes though, like how this leads into the song and things like that. Well, let's keep going.
What else is going on in the world. 1969 was also 1 year after 1968, which was the year the Soviets invaded Prague. Czechoslovakia was part of the Eastern Bloc, but its government was led by Alexander Dubček, which is a really nice name, Dubček. Dubček wanted to liberalize the country and allow more freedom. Some of the hardliners in the Communist Party and the Soviets didn't like the idea of that, and in August 1968, the Soviets invaded Czechoslovakia. About 140 Czech died, and the reforms were stopped. The song Prague, which was written by Shalom Hanoch and Arik Einstein, tells the story of the invasion. Because of copyright issues, I can't play you the song. I will leave a link to the song below. The Hebrew text is beautiful. I found a translation of the song on the internet. I don't know how good the translation is. To the city, captive in a dream, a heavy unknown shadow crept, and the moon shone red, dipping its realm in ashes. Those who did not close their eyes felt the bitter pain of night, the silence of surrendering without a fight. They held their fire to death. How the dawn did not break in Prague. In the third time it sapped. How the festive sounds of a bustling town square was silence. A song I dreamt of Prague, where the dawn will break again. Like an old yellowing photograph, a ghost town lies at the feet of death bears, and a butcher's knife on her neck. No one comes out of the door. There's a salty smell of ghettos carried from side to side, across the city by the wind. The last lines tell the story of Jan Palach, a student who set himself on fire in one of the main squares of Prague in protest of the Soviet occupation. Only silence remained there. A young man slips through the doorway, and then a strange light dawned on him there in the dead town square. So here we have a beautiful, important song. In Hebrew, the words are really nice. A lot is lost in the translation. It was written and sang by Shalom Hanoch and Arik Einstein, really the best of the best. I love the song. Arik Einstein loved the song. I hope you will listen to it and like it too. But who didn't like the song? The judges at the song contest. The song got 7th place. Arik Einstein was so offended that he said, "That's it. I'm done with this national song contest. I will not perform in it again." And he really didn't. He started looking for new musical directions. At that time, Arik started working with a rock band called Churchills, and together they published the album Pussy, which is considered the first Israeli rock album. The song Prague is, of course, on there. Would Arik Einstein have made this first rock album had the song got first place in the song contest? Nobody knows. But this song definitely marked a turning point for Arik. If the mainstream doesn't like what I do, I will go elsewhere. And the nice thing about Arik is that he did it peacefully. He was in the army bands, which was the starting point for many Israeli singers in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. He invented Israeli pop with the band High Windows. He invented Israeli rock. He has beautiful children's songs, Israeli country songs, or oldies. Awesome. Arik Einstein is Israeli music. In 2013, and I remember it like it was yesterday, I turned on the radio and there was a song of his. And right after that, another song of his, and I immediately knew that something has happened. He had been hospitalized, and later that day it was announced that he has died. He was buried in Tel Aviv in Trumpeldor Cemetery, where many of the founders of Tel Aviv and Israel are buried. But I still haven't answered the question of why I'm here in Masaryk Square. Israel and the Czech Republic have enjoyed good relations. First, Jews enjoyed equal rights in Czechoslovakia, and the founding father of Czechoslovakia, Thomas Masaryk, was a great friend of the Jewish people. A group of Jews from Czechoslovakia named their kibbutz Kfar Masaryk. It is up north. Here we are in Masaryk Square, and there are 5 or 6 streets in Israeli cities that are named in his honor. After Israel was established, the local Arabs and surrounding Arab countries invaded Israel, and Czechoslovakia was one of the only countries that sold Israel weapons. However, during the communist years, the relationship was called to non-existent. In 1952, there were the Prague trials, which were an anti-Semitic show trials against Jews. And in 1955, there was the Egyptian-Czechoslovak arms deal, which was a major turning point in the Cold War and the Israeli-Arab conflict. The Soviets started to arm the Arab countries, as Russia continues to do. What a strange connection between communist and Arab countries. I've made a video about that, so be sure to check it out. Anyway, the communists were to blame for these events, and once the Soviet Union collapsed in 1989, the relationship between the two countries was restored. I have a very strong memory from the Czech Republic. My wife told me not to talk about it, and maybe she's right, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. After my army service, I went on a World War II tour from Normandy to Stalingrad, which lasted 4 months and covered 10 countries and about 200 World War II sites. One of my strongest memories of the Czech Republic is how beautiful the women are, like amazing. And I'm saying this as a professional. I will also say that I don't follow too many travel vloggers, but I really like the Honest Guide from Prague, and they influence my content. As an Israeli guide, I talk about the big topics: Jerusalem, Judaism, Christianity, King Herod. Their videos gave me the idea of talking about Israeli society today. So thank you, Honza and Yannick. Before I continue, any video about Prague and the Jews has to acknowledge one of the greatest Czech writers, the Jewish writer Franz Kafka. I have nothing smart to say about Kafka, and I haven't found a way to incorporate him into the video, but I had to at least mention his name. That's it for today.
There you go.
As always, I want to thank my supporters. See you next week. Yalla bye.
Yada bye. There you go. That was cool. So now we are going to hear the song. All right. So let's get it.
אל העיר שבוית החלום, צל כבד בזר הגיע, וירח באדום, את מלכותו טבל בפיה.
Wow.
מי שלא עצם את עיניו, את לילו המר כאבו, ומיד כניעה בלי קרב, איש את נשקו נצר עד מוות.
Beautiful
על פראג
words.
שחר לא בקע, בשלישית קלה כוחו, איך נדם כל כיכר הומה בחג. שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שיר שחלמתי על פראג, השחר עוד יבקע, שם השחר עוד יבקע. שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שם השחר עוד יבקע, שם השחר עוד יבקע.
Oh yeah, the window is knocking off the translation. Here, let me do this. It's gonna make it a little smaller, but you'll be able to see it.
תצלום ישר מצהיר, עיר של רפאים מוטלת, לרגלי דודים חרשים, ובצווארה המאכלת, את פתחו איש לא יוצא, ריח גטאות מלוח, מקצה ועד קצה, על פני העיר ניסה ברוח, איך על פראג שחר לא מגע, בשלישית קל הכוחות, איך נדם כל כיכר רומא בחג. שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שם השחר עוד יבקע, שם השחר עוד יבקע. שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שם השחר עוד יבקע, שם השחר עוד יבקע. רק השקט בנותר, איש צעיר חומר בפתח, אז עלה לו אור מוזר, שם בכיכר העיר שמתה, שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שם השחר עוד יבקע, שם השחר עוד יבקע. שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שיר שחלמתי על פראג, שם השחר עוד יבקע.
The words are like hauntingly beautiful.
עוד יבקע. שיר שחלמתי על פראג, 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 שיר שחלמתי על פראג.
Wow. I'm very glad we had the translation because I would have been completely lost. But the words were hauntingly beautiful. I mean I really enjoyed reading it like it was like a good poem, you know? Very, very cool. I really enjoyed that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Follow me on social media. My links are right down here. If you'd like to be a member of the flock on Patreon, get some exclusive content, videos you won't see on the channel, videos YouTube doesn't want you to see that they blocked, those are on there. You can get early access to my videos. You can get your request shot up the list faster. You can get 10% off of merchandise. And y'all, we're a family. We really, really are. Also, check out my second channel called He Is I Am. If you're a Christian, if you're curious, if you have questions, there are answers to be had. We do videos about God. We have videos about different parts of the Bible, as well as videos about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So come check that out as well. Link also in the description below. Like, share, subscribe, pass me around. Let's grow the Birdman fam. Birdman fam flock. I love you guys. I mean it. I'm going to see you on the next one. All right. Much love. Peace.
What's shaking, baby? Birdman here. If you like this video, go ahead and become a member of the Birdman fam by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. Also, make sure to watch the videos on this screen as well as the playlist I put together. You can also become a member of the flock, get some behind the scenes fun, early access, and your request shot out the list faster. Check that out as well. Birdman fam flock, I love you guys. I'm going to see you on the next one. Much love. Peace.